YouTube? This is NJ DevilFan26, and today is June 7th, 2010. As you guys know, today was the first day of WWDC, Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, where Steve Jobs unveiled the new iPhone 4, which you guys can see here on Apple's homepage. iPhone 4, if you guys don't know yet, I'll just brief you. It introduces FaceTime, which is Wi-Fi iPhone 4 to iPhone 4 video calling, which is an extremely cool feature. It allows you to video call, and there's no buddy lists or anything. Just call someone in your contacts, and it recognizes if they have an iPhone 4. If they do, you can video chat with them, and you can use either the front-facing or the back-facing 5-megapixel camera. It can shoot HD video. It has an iMovie app, so you can actually put transitions and text into the video, which is really cool, and that's going to be $4.99 on the App Store when the iPhone 4 comes out. So that is coming out on June 24th. That's when I would assume iMovie 4, the iPhone, comes out. iPhone 4 is also running iPhone OS 4, but what is now named iOS 4. Apple renamed it because iPhone OS was used for the iPod Touch and now the iPad, so they appropriately named it iOS 4. But not only did Apple reveal iPhone 4 today, a couple minutes ago actually, Apple just released Safari 5. Safari, as you guys know, is the browser by Apple. I'm sure a lot of you use Firefox by Mozilla and Google Chrome, and I don't really think anyone uses Internet Explorer anymore. But you guys get the gist. It is a browser. Now, Safari 5 has many new features such as Bing searching. It has a ton of HTML5 stuff, which I'll be going over shortly, and a new thing called Safari Reader, which actually eliminates ads on websites where there are articles like the New York Times or Engadget or Spin, BBC News, all those websites that have ads on the side. It removes all of those and allows you to solely read the article that you want to read. How it does that is it detects if there's an ad on the page, and then pretty much it dims that and brings the article up forward. Now let's get back into HTML5. If you keep up with Apple news, you know that Steve Jobs is a huge fan of HTML5 and hates Adobe Flash. Apple and Adobe do have many good relations together. Apple does sell the whole Adobe Creative Suite in the Apple Store, but they don't like Flash. That is because it does not work on mobile devices well, and plugins are needed. So HTML5 will now eliminate that. It is starting to get more popular, and it is totally supported now in Safari 5. There's many new things in Safari 5 that support HTML5 for users. There are a bunch of new features for web developers as well. You can now do many new features when it comes to video, such as closed captioning and making it full screen within an HTML5 video, which is very cool for web developers. There's Ajax history, event source, new audio frameworks that you can work with, draggable attributes, form validation, offline storage, origin resource sharing, and actually there is geolocation now that you can build in to an HTML5 website, which is very cool. Next in Safari 5 is a faster Nitro engine. Now the Nitro engine is what runs the JavaScript engine, which is what is implemented in almost every single website you will ever go on. Apple claims that Safari 5 on the Mac runs JavaScript 30% faster than Safari 4. Notice how they say on the Mac rather than on the Windows. Sorry, I had to throw it out there. I hate Windows, sorry. But 3% faster on Google Chrome 5.0, and I believe twice as fast as Firefox, I believe version 3.6. So it is drastically and allegedly the fastest browser around. Next, now instead of only Google and Yahoo, you can now Bing for searching, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I only use Google. I mean, Bing's nothing special, but that is a new feature built in. And in Safari 5, there is now DNS prefetching and much improved caching, and there are some tab settings as well. And for all of you Windows users, even though I think you should switch to Mac, Safari 5 does have hardware acceleration to make HTML5 richer when you click on graphics and stuff on a Windows computer. So let's go check out some of the HTML5 features in Safari 5. Of course, HTML5 is supported on the iPhone and the iPad. So we can take a look at typography first. Change our font. our size, color, leading or leading, tracking, transparency, rotation, and shadow. So some very cool features and very multifunctional. Next we'll check out some video. Can adjust the mask, perspective, and the scale. Very nice animations for that. Whoops. The only one thing is that it's still a little bit unstable. At least this video is. I'm not sure if this is the whole video, but from this part it looks like it's starting to lag a little bit. Let's go check out gallery. Of course, HTML5 does have some work to go through, excuse me, but definitely making a big step. So we have horizontal 2D. We're looking at galleries, which is very cool. It's kind of like cover flow. Look at vertical 2D. It's a really nice feature. And there's 3D as well, which is really like cover flow. It's very cool, I think. And of course, simple grid. Kind of looks like the Photos application on the iPad, where they're all spread out. And take a look at audio. So the audio quality is very rich, surprisingly. Next we'll look at transitions. Now the HTML5 pages do seem to take a little bit while to render. That could just be because I am downloading something at the same time as I'm doing the video, so my internet connection may not be as fast, but you guys can see it does take a little bit of time to load up a page. Some cool transitions, cube, rotate in. Some cool things that you would see in iMovie or in iPhoto. That's a cool effect. Unfold. So some very cool features that are very smooth, and I think that web developers can really implement very nicely. Of course, this does implement CSS 2D and 3D, and CSS3, JavaScript, and as you guys can see, HTML5. So guys, this is just a brief overview of Safari 5. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for a lot of technology unboxings and reviews. As I said in my previous video, guys, I do have finals coming up, and I have been preparing for those for quite some time because I really want to do well on them. So that is for my lack of videos, but after finals, which is next week, I'll be all back. So guys, this is NJDelFan26, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.